A battle over one of the greatest music catalogs in history, a $600 million deal, and the legacy of a pop legend at stake. Michael Jackson's estate has just made a monumental move with Sony Music Group, selling a piece of the King of Pop's legendary catalog for a jaw-dropping sum. But what really went on behind closed doors? In a courtroom in Los Angeles, a legal battle over a piece of music history recently came to a head. At the center of the storm was none other than the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, or rather, the valuable music catalog he left behind when he passed away in 2009. The court approved the sale of a significant portion of Michael Jackson's music catalog to Sony Music for a staggering $600 million, a move that has stirred up emotions and divided his family. His mother, Catherine Jackson, fiercely opposed the sale, claiming it went against her son's wishes. However, despite her protests, the court moved forward with the deal, marking a major chapter in a decade-long saga involving one of the most iconic names in entertainment. As Sony takes control of the songs that shaped generations, questions about family, power, and ownership have surfaced. This isn't just about music, it's about the fight for one man's legacy and the billion-dollar empire he left behind. The sale of Michael Jackson's music catalog, valued at $600 million, has been in the works for some time. Sony Music, which had a long-standing relationship with Jackson dating back to his days with Epic Records, was interested in purchasing a significant share of his catalog, which includes some of the most famous songs in pop music history. Jackson's music is timeless, and the catalog contains hits that have defined generations. From Billie Jean to Thriller, owning a piece of Jackson's music is akin to holding a share in the DNA of modern pop culture. Sony's acquisition would grant them more control over these valuable assets, securing their place in the entertainment industry. Catalogs like Jackson's continue to generate revenue through streaming, licensing, and various forms of media. As a result, music catalogs have become coveted assets, and this is not the first time a major artist's work has been sold. Recently, Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen sold their music catalogs for hundreds of millions, illustrating how the landscape of music ownership has shifted in the digital age. The Jackson estate, overseen by executors John Branca and John McClane, argued that the deal was financially sound and in line with their duty to manage Michael's assets effectively. However, this decision wasn't without controversy, especially within the Jackson family. Michael Jackson's mother, Catherine Jackson, stood at the forefront of opposition to the sale. For her, the issue went far beyond dollars and cents. Catherine argued that her son never intended for his music to leave the family's control. She believed that Michael's legacy was best preserved by keeping ownership of his catalog within the Jackson family, which would allow future generations of Jacksons to benefit from it, not only financially, but also as a cultural and artistic legacy. Catherine, who has been a fierce protector of her son's legacy since his passing, feared that selling the catalog to a corporation like Sony would erode the personal and familial connection to the music that Michael created. In her appeal, she argued that selling such a valuable asset could diminish its future potential, as the value of music catalogs continues to rise with the growing importance of streaming and licensing opportunities. Moreover, Catherine's lawyers claimed that the sale would violate inheritance rules, potentially preventing the full transfer of Jackson's assets to his heirs, namely his children, Prince, Paris, and Biggie, which was formerly known as Blanket. She felt that by selling such a substantial portion of the catalog, the family might lose the opportunity to benefit from its continued growth and value. Despite these concerns, the court ruled against Catherine Jackson. Judge Mitchell Beckloff, overseeing the case, dismissed her objections, citing Michael Jackson's will, which gave the executors broad authority to make decisions regarding the estate, including the sale of assets. The court found that the sale was in the best interest of the estate, securing a significant cash influx that would further support the family in the future. Judge Beckloff's ruling in favor of the estate's executors is rooted in legal precedent, but it has not been without its share of emotional consequences. In his ruling, Beckloff emphasized that the will clearly granted the executors full power and authority to manage the estate, which included the right to sell assets. While Catherine Jackson's concerns were heard, the court found that the deal would not negatively impact the estate's overall value, but would in fact enhance it through a new partnership with Sony. The court also stressed that the sale would not affect the inheritance of Jackson's children. The deal was a business transaction that secured significant financial resources for the estate, ensuring that Michael's heirs would continue to benefit from his legacy. While it was an asset sale, it did not diminish the estate's ability to transfer wealth to his children over time. The judge pointed out that the estate was exchanging assets for cash, not giving anything away as a gift. The estate would continue to hold other valuable rights, ensuring that the Jackson family was not left empty-handed. Catherine's concerns, while valid from an emotional and familial standpoint, were ultimately overshadowed by the executor's legal rights and the financial realities of estate management. The court's decision reflected a pragmatic approach to balancing the future growth of the estate with the immediate need for financial liquidity. The Jackson family has not been unified in their response to the sale. While Catherine has been the most vocal opponent, other family members have taken different stances. Michael Jackson's 3 children, Prince, Paris, and Biggie, initially expressed concern about the sale, fearing that it might undermine their father's legacy or diminish their inheritance. However, they eventually accepted the court's ruling, recognizing that the deal could ensure financial stability for the estate moving forward. In one instance, Michael's youngest son, Biggie, even requested that the judge prevent Catherine from using estate funds to finance her legal battle against the sale. This move suggested that the younger generation of Jacksons may have a more pragmatic view of the sale, prioritizing the financial security of the estate over emotional or familial considerations. Despite the initial division, the Jackson children seem to have accepted the court's decision, understanding that the sale could secure long-term benefits for the family. The sale of Michael Jackson's catalog to Sony is part of a broader trend that has swept through the music industry in recent years. As streaming has transformed how people listen to music, the value of music catalogs has skyrocketed. Companies like Sony are eager to acquire the rights to classic songs, which continue to generate income through streaming platforms, commercials, films, and other licensing opportunities. For artists and their estates, selling catalogs has become an attractive option, offering substantial payouts that provide immediate financial benefits. This trend has been seen with other iconic artists as well. Bob Dylan, for example, sold his entire catalog to Universal Music for an estimated $300 million, and Bruce Springsteen followed suit with a deal reportedly worth over $500 million. These sales reflect a shift in how music is valued in the modern age, where streaming royalties and licensing deals often generate more consistent revenue than traditional album sales ever could. For the Jackson estate, the sale to Sony ensures that Michael's music will remain in the hands of one of the world's largest entertainment companies, which has the resources to continue promoting and distributing his work on a global scale. The $600 million sale of Michael Jackson's music catalog to Sony represents more than just a business transaction. It's a reflection of the complex interplay between legacy, family, and finance in the world of entertainment. While Catherine Jackson's opposition was grounded in a desire to preserve her son's legacy and keep his work within the family, the court ultimately sided with the executors, recognizing the financial realities of managing such a vast estate. As the music industry continues to evolve, deals like this will likely become more common. For the Jackson family, the sale marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, one where Michael Jackson's legacy will continue to generate revenue and influence pop culture for generations to come. The King of Pop may no longer be with us, but his music and the financial empire it created will endure. But is this the last chapter in the story of his music empire, or just the beginning of something bigger? With the music industry constantly evolving, only time will tell. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more in-depth coverage on major entertainment news, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.